Welcome to EDC's Week in Review, your October 11th edition. Thank you for tuning in. Weather this week looks like it's going to be a cooler week with highs in the mid-70s and even getting down into the 60s in the middle of the week with a chance of rain. I know we're all looking forward to that cooler weather. Now into our top stories. Search for missing person Tyson Fiddler ends in tragedy. On October 10th at approximately 2 p.m., detectives from the sheriff's office discovered a deceased male in a remote area of Dorado County, later identified as Tyson Fiddler. Fiddler had been missing since October 5th, last seen at PJ's Roadhouse in Placerville. The circumstances surrounding his death are under investigation, and no further details have been released at this time. The investigation remains ongoing as authorities work to determine what led to his death. Man arrested for DUI involving a truckload of dogs. Brady Fair, 67 from Nevada City, was arrested on 34 counts of animal cruelty following a DUI crash on Latrobe Road near South Shingle Road on October 4th. Fair, driving a rented GMC box truck, hit a barbed wire fence, causing a truckload of dogs under his care to escape through a hole in the truck. Despite blown tires, Fair continued driving until witnesses stopped him, leading to his arrest. One dog was killed and several others injured. All surviving dogs were turned over to Dorado County Animal Services. Fair, who claimed to run Motherlode Husky Haven, was also being investigated by the Nevada County Sheriff's Office for animal welfare violations at his property, where additional dogs were seized after the crash. Chambers sentenced to 10 years for DUI manslaughter. Erica Chambers was sentenced October 4th to 10 years in prison for gross vehicular manslaughter and DUI causing injury in the death of her partner Mason Visman on November 11, 2022. Chambers was driving with a blood alcohol level of 0.29 when her vehicle crashed on Highway 50, ejecting Visman, who died after striking a guardrail. Chambers attempted to flee the scene, but was arrested by police. Visman's family gave emotional impact statements during the sentencing, expressing grief over his untimely death. Arsonist sentenced for Coloma fire. Ryan Lapp of Lincoln was sentenced to 16 months in state prison on October 7th for arson committed in Coloma on August 20th, 2022. The arson was part of a series of fires Lapp started across multiple counties, with video evidence showing him watching a fire burn near a gas station. His new sentence is in addition to a previous 10-year sentence for other crimes, bringing his total prison time to 11 years and 8 months. Bensons Law bans prone restraints in schools. California Governor Gavin Newsom signed Senate Bill 483, also known as Bensons Law, which bans the use of prone restraints in schools following the death of 13-year-old Max Benson in 2018. Benson, who had autism, died after being held in a prone restraint for nearly 2 hours at Guiding Hands School in El Dorado Hills. The law prohibits the use of face-down restraints in K-12 schools and encourages the adoption of rehabilitative intervention strategies. Oldtown Grill smokier than usual. Oldtown Grill in Placerville, known for its street-filling aroma, luring in hungry customers, experienced a smokier afternoon on Thursday, October 10th. The incident occurred after a power outage, and a building official who was dining at the restaurant noticed the breaker panel running extremely hot. Shortly after, smoke started coming from the panel and the wall behind it. Firefighters quickly arrived, evacuating the building and ensuring that smoke and potential fire did not spread to adjacent businesses. Owner John Sanders, who was preparing a meal for over 100 people at the time, praised the fast response from local fire and police departments. Hoc Committee Reestablished to address mobile home issues. El Dorado County supervisors voted on October 10th to reestablish an ad hoc committee to address ongoing issues with mobile home parks such as rising rents and outdated infrastructure. The committee will work with stakeholders, including affordable housing advocates, to find solutions for mobile home residents who face significant rent hikes. Stephen Noble, a resident of Sunset Estates, shared concerns about rising rents, which have increased over 20% since 2022. Advocates are pushing for rent stabilization measures, while the committee works to address residents' concerns. City Council addresses Broadway projects, supports Proposition 36. The Placerville City Council met on October 8th to review updates on the Broadway maintenance and sidewalk projects, which have faced delays due to issues like rock formations. The council approved change orders totaling $86,900 for maintenance and $15,804 for sidewalks, with federal funding secured to cover the additional costs. Both projects are expected to be completed by the end of the month, weather permitting. The council also expressed support for Proposition 36, which seeks to amend Proposition 47 by lowering the felony threshold for theft from $950 to $400 for repeat offenders, increasing penalties for drug-related crimes, particularly fentanyl trafficking, and reinstating harsher sentences for those convicted of drug-related offenses multiple times in an effort to combat rising crime and the opioid epidemic in California. And now for some news nuggets. El Dorado County libraries will be closed on October 18th for staff training. The El Dorado County Animal Shelter in Diamond Springs will be celebrating its 10th anniversary on October 19th with a free community event featuring canine demos, family-friendly activities, and booths from local animal organizations. A free virtual Medicare workshop on October 25th will help El Dorado County seniors understand 2025 Medicare plans, including drug plan changes, with options to attend in-person watch parties or via Zoom. The 7th annual Hands for Hope Fall Festival will take place October 21st to 22nd at El Dorado Hills Town Center, offering family-friendly activities like pumpkin decorating, hay rides, and carnival games, benefiting Hands for Hope's community service programs. Final pavement resurfacing on Broadway and Placerville begins October 21st, with one-way traffic control in place at night, and road resurfacing expected to be completed by November 1st. And now for our closing stories. Barbara John hosts Youth Empowerment Event. World-famous Barbara John hosted the Legacy Leadership Forum Creating the Cause event on October 11th, focusing on empowering youth and cultivating community support. The forum featured Preston Lambert, a 16-year-old Formula 4 race car driver who shared his story of discipline and resilience as a positive role model. Local youth were also invited to share personal testimonies, aiming to inspire peers and discuss ways to uplift the younger generation. The event emphasized community involvement and support for future leaders. Echo Summit awarded World Athletics Heritage Plaque. Echo Summit, the site of the 1968 U.S. Olympic men's track and field trials, received the World Athletics Heritage Plaque on October 2nd, marking it as a location with historic significance to the sport. Representatives from the USDA Forest Service, USA Track and Field, and 1968 Olympians gathered to commemorate the site's legacy. Olympians included John Carlos and Bill Tumay spoke about the impact of Echo Summit on their careers and its role in sports history. This has been EDC's Week in Review, your October 11th edition. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, if you enjoy our content, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend. And if you want to learn more about these stories, please see the show notes.